Welcome back to SwitchOff South Africa. I'm Nicky as always, and today you can see that we're not where we normally shoot our reviews because we're currently out at Bakubong Bush Lodge. If you want to see this whole experience, head over to the traveling channel. But since you're here, you're obviously here for one thing, and it's a car review. And today I'm currently testing the new Audi A3. This car starts at around 800,000 rand, goes all the way up to 1 million. The S3 is a 1.1, RS3, you know, but we're gonna speak about this one and why I actually prefer this over the 8.5 TSI. But the reason I'll give for the 8.5 TSI is probably pricing. But in this review, I'm gonna tell you all of that, actually look at the vehicle, take you through the interior, take you through the things that I like, and we're gonna speak about the cost. And you know, if you're looking for an next insurance code, you can get it in under 90 seconds through the link in the description box below. Naked will sort you out, no phone calls, everything is done on the app. But yeah, here's the Audi. So starting with the extra look of the vehicle, this specific one is the black edition. Hence you can see there's literally no chrome on the vehicle, and I'll take you around that just now. But when you start the vehicle up front, you get your lovely grille over here, you get your Audi badging, blacked out Audi badging. It has this lovely color on it, so it's black but not really black, like the black of the color. Then you get your lovely daytime running lights and LEDs over here. The nice thing about these lights is that they change up. You can change them, you can customize them how you want them to light up. And then in the evening as well, when you unlock the car, they do this whole sequence in the front and at the back as well. You should be seeing a video of that. But up front, it looks quite good. Very simple. You don't get any fog lamps over here, but the lighting system in this vehicle is quite good. It's sufficient enough. When you move on to the side profile of the vehicle, you get these 18-inch alloy wheels. They come as a standard when you opt for this black edition. They have the RS badging, and when you look at this car, you literally think it's an Audi RS3 from the exterior, because it also has a carbon lip at the back, and we'll speak about that when we go to the back. Or when you get in the vehicle, you think it's an S line because of all the S badging. So you think it's an S3, but it's an S line because of the S badging in the interior. But side profile of the vehicle is quite good. When you come to the mirrors over here, this car has an optional extra of carbon mirrors. So you get carbon mirrors and a carbon boot spoiler. That's an optional extra. You get a glass sliding panoramic sunroof. That's also an optional extra, around 15,000 rand. Side profile of the vehicle, it is quite good. Then when you come to the back of the vehicle, you get this lovely carbon boot spoiler. It looks quite good. It is an optional extra on the vehicle, and we'll speak about the extras and everything and the pricing of this vehicle, because this car starts at 823,000 rand. But this specific one is quite expensive. But when you come to the back, you get A3 badging. That's it. They don't tell you which one it is, because on the pre-facelift they would write it's a 30 TFSI or 35 TFSI, meaning it's a 1 liter or 1.4 liter. This specific one is the 1.4 liter, found also in the 8.5 Golf 8 TSI. So we'll speak about that and the comparison between that and this. They've kept it very simple at the back. I like it. Your A3 badging as well is blacked out, this being the black edition. You get your rear diffuser over here at the back. The bumper as well has this lovely finishing at the back, which I actually really do like. Then when you get into the interior of the vehicle, it looks quite good. Starting with the door panel of the vehicle, you can see this one has a Sonos sound system that comes standard when you opt for this vehicle, so you don't actually have to pay for a sound system on this one, as I saw on the Audi configurator app. But you get your red stitching over there, because this is the sporty one. There's a lot of red stitching around. Then you get the digital instrument cluster up front, which is quite customizable. If you watch my Audi Q3 video, I did speak about I don't like the fact that Audi, the digital instrument cluster isn't customizable, but this one you can customize it. I like it. You can see the map, you can see the music you're playing, you can play around with it. So I actually really do like it. It reminds me so much of an RS model, and that's the good thing about this one. It looks quite good. And the steering wheel itself, you can see that Audi really went all out with this vehicle. They want you to see where your money is going, and we'll speak about the money, but I think that's the most important thing in this review. And then when you get your steering wheel, you get your S badging over here, then you get your Audi badging on the steering wheel. Left hand side controls the digital instrument cluster up front. Right hand side is basically your music, your track selection, all of that. The thing that I don't like is the fact that they've kept the cruise control outside of the steering wheel, so you still get the stock on the left hand side, which I'm really not a fan of. And then this one does have adaptive cruise control, so that's a good feature. That means there's more money. And then the nice thing that they've done with this one is that the paddle shifters have this metal finishing, so it's quite good to feel. So for those that will be buying this vehicle, you don't need to add like your metal extenders on the paddle shifters, but I know some of you guys will do. But these ones, for me, they're sufficient enough. The steering wheel feels quite good. I really do like it. Then you move on to your touchscreen infotainment system, which supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. It's a very good touchscreen infotainment system, gets the job done. One thing I like about this car is that your climate control is outside the touchscreen infotainment system, so you still get actual physical buttons for everything. You don't have to faff around within the touchscreen infotainment system. This one comes with heated seats and ventilated seats. Beneath that, you can see you have a drive select button, your traction button, and your camera button. So this car does have a reverse camera. It can also park itself, and you know that parking itself comes at an optional extra, and you're gonna speak about those optional extras. You get red stitching on the dash, and then we move on to something that I really do like in this vehicle, which is essentially the seats. These are very beautiful seats. You can spec them out differently. You can have them as full leather, but this one has part leather and cloth in the middle, and you can see there's the red detailing in the middle. It also gets an S badging. So the S badging I was telling you guys about is on the seats and on the steering wheel. You'd literally think it's an S3 or something like that. It also has on the doors, when you open the doors in the evening, you get like a door lamp that says S, and it looks quite good. Still within the interior, down here you get your gear selector. So gear selector is more of like a, I don't know how to describe this, but that's how the gear selector is. It's not a knob, it's not a lever, but it's this slidey thing. You get your park over there. And then how you control your volume is basically you move your swivel to the right hand side to increase volume, swivel to the slide to the left hand side to decrease the volume. Essentially that's it. You get your parking brake over here, you get your armrest over here with some storage compartment underneath. Unfortunately, the storage compartment isn't the biggest. Then when you move on to your back seats basically the same way they are in front. The stitching goes all the way to the back. It looks quite good as well. This car also has ambient lighting in the evening. You can see it on the overplay videos right now. That ambient lighting, you have to pay for it, and I keep emphasizing you have to pay, because the price of this vehicle, I don't think you guys are ready. When it comes to the drive of the vehicle, the car is actually a very good car to drive. It's powered by a 1.5 litre turbocharged engine, which produces 110 kilowatts and 215 newton meters of torque. If you've heard those numbers before, it's because it's the engine found in the 8.5 TSI that we got to test in July, that we drove down to Durban. And in terms of the gearbox, you're looking at an 8-speed torque converter gearbox in this Audi, and it drives quite well. For me, having driven the 8.5 TSI, and I don't know why, maybe it's because it's an Audi and maybe they configured it quite differently from the 8.5 TSI, I enjoy the drive of the Audi much better. It gets to speed much quicker in my view than the 8.5 TSI. Overall, the overall drive of this vehicle, I've enjoyed it over the 8.5 TSI. Over road imperfections, yes, you will feel the road imperfections with this vehicle, but overall it handles road imperfections quite well. You do feel them just a bit. In terms of overtaking, you put your foot down, it does get to speed and you will overtake easily enough, but sometimes you feel like maybe a 2 litre would have sufficed. And speaking of a 2 litre, you can opt for the S3, and the pricing of this one is too close to the S3 when this one is fully spec'd and an S3 at a base model. But I get the fact that they've bought this one in. For me, the main problem would have been with the pricing. But going back to the drive of the vehicle, in terms of fuel efficiency in this vehicle, I've been averaging around 6 liters to 7 liters per 100 Ks. When this car came to me, the range was saying 740 kilometers to empty, and that's quite good. I've done roughly 350 right now, and my range is still saying around 410 kilometers, which is quite good. It shows that on a single tank you can do over 600 Ks easily. So, and for me, that's good enough. When you're traveling, that's perfect. When you're going to Durban, you can do the whole trip to Durban without filling up, and for me that's the most important thing, because you guys know sometimes I don't like stopping, and I'm from Venda. I want to go to Venda without stopping. Now we come to that important part of the video. I'm gonna tell you the pricing of this car. So starting price of this car, you're looking at 823,000 Rand, this being the sedan. For the hatchback, you're looking at around 808,000 Rand. And that is a lot of money already, right? This specific one, how it's spec, this one has options of over 100,000 Rand. This specific one, I went to the Audi configurator app and I spec'd it myself. You guys can do the exact same thing on the Audi website. This one came to around 956,200 Rand, and that is a lot of money. Audi has launched the facelifted S3, and the pricing of that one is around 1.1 million Rand, and correct pricing is on the screen. Back to this one, I think that's too much money because it's close to a million Rand. It's essentially a million Rand with options, and at that price, for me, there are better vehicles. And when I say better vehicles, I'm obviously speaking about the 8.5 TSI. But overall, that's essentially the price of this Audi. You guys can tell me down in the comments below what you guys think. Is this car too expensive? Do you share the same sentiments with me? and where would you spend your money. And speaking about the money of this vehicle, if you're looking for your next insurance quote, you can get your next insurance quote in under 90 seconds. Please click the link in the description box below. Nicky will sort you out. If you're wondering how much you'll be paying per month to actually understand how much is getting out of your money for this vehicle, you're looking at, if you finance this vehicle over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months at an interest rate of 12.25%, no deposit, no balloon payment, you are looking at paying, listen to me carefully, 21,300 Rand. And for me, that's a lot of money, because that's without insurance, without fuel, without the day-to-day basics of this vehicle. So you can easily spend over 25,000 Rand a month on this vehicle. And I leave it there. I want to know from you guys, what would you do? Would you spend that amount of money on this vehicle? If not, what are you going to buy? And I know you guys are going to be saying the Chinese and SUV and all of that. For the purpose of this review and the purpose, because I want to see what you guys like, right? Please don't mention an SUV. Mention a car that shares the same body style as this vehicle. So there is the A-Class. We reviewed the A-Class last year. There is the 8.5 TSI that we reviewed now in July. Look around that area. Tell me where you spend your money, or it makes sense that this car is this amount of money and you spend your money here. I personally, I don't think I'll spend 950,000 Rand on this vehicle. As beautiful as it looks, I'd definitely go elsewhere. Elsewhere being probably the 8.5 TSI, because that's much cheaper, but this car looks quite good. I think if this car was a good 100 to 200,000 Rand cheaper, definitely Audi would sell a whole lot more of these vehicles. I, being a customer myself, I'll definitely get this vehicle. But I leave the question with you guys, where are you spending your million Rand? I'm giving you, actually not a million Rand, I'm giving you 950,000 Rand. Where are you spending your money? Are you buying a Audi A3 sedan or hatchback, A-Class, BMW 1 Series, or the 8.5 TSI? Please let me know and tell me about the spec of this vehicle, because it looks quite good. I can't get over the spec of this vehicle. It looks like an RS3. When you're looking at it, sometimes it looks like an S. Tell me what you guys think. This has been the review of the Audi A3. If you're wondering where I am, go to the traveling channel. You will see exactly where I am with the beautiful views. But otherwise, I'm Nicky from SwitchOff South Africa, in proud collaboration with Change Cars and all things motoring. If you're looking at buying a brand new car, head over to the Change Cars website, click beat my quote and submit your details there, and Michael Pashut will be in touch and he will beat your quote on a brand new car from any dealership that's not on the Change Cars website. Other than that, you can speak to Michael Pashut about other things car related. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. As always, I'm Nicky. I'm signing out. I'll see you in the next one.